Today I'm going to be drawing a glue bottle. No, I'm not. No. I used the glue bottle to get that angle of my hand, because for this drawing today, for this illustration, I am doing another demon one where it's my hand and I am interacting with a demon. And the particular angle that I wanted my hand to be on required me holding something. So I looked around for a few things, and the nearest thing was this glue bottle. It was probably the right size too for this particular picture with this particular demon. So that's why I used it. So I love drawing these so much that I had to do another one, and like I said to you in the past, I'm going to keep doing these. This is going to be like a little series. I'm just including them into the Monster Sketch Time videos, but yeah, I basically want to keep doing this because I really enjoy drawing my hand into these illustrations. Like I said in the past videos, I like to have like my own sort of interaction, and it sort of makes me feel like I am a part of the piece, and I get to, you know, make up some silly little stories with demons, and it's just what I like to do. It just lets all this weirdness in my brain just spew out onto the paper. Yeah, which just includes me basically. Yeah, this was a hard angle to draw. I haven't actually drawn an angle of a hand like this before, so I decided to challenge myself basically. And the idea behind this particular illustration is it's called "Don't Touch Your Demon While They're Eating," because you're gonna get a nasty little nip, basically. So I had this idea for this absolutely hideous, really hideous sort of like, I don't know, I sort of was channeling Chihuahua vibes with this. I just wanted this tiny little dog type creature with like a horsey, like a horse type tail, and just these hideous teeth and this lumpy head and these ears. I don't know, I was just really channeling a Chihuahua because they're like nasty little dogs, really. I'm not a huge fan of Chihuahuas. I'd never own one of those tiny little dogs, but I just felt as though the personality in this demon was very much like a Chihuahua. And this is another illustration that I have drawn completely out of my head as well. I just sat down and came up with this creature, really. Yeah, I do sort of lie a little bit. I did get some ideas for some of the mouth sort of area and a little bit of the drool coming out. I was having a look on Pinterest and I come to some alien, well, they weren't drawings, but they were like, someone had made like a clay model or a plastic model of an alien, and it gave me some ideas on the mouth. So yeah, I did get the ideas for that side of things. So it wasn't completely from my head, but basically I didn't have the references up on the laptop though for the mouth. I just had a look at it and I thought, well, I'll just try to remember that and draw it basically. So that's it. So I decided to, I want to do those little legs again that have no sort of hooves or claws or anything, just little stumps basically, little stumpy legs. I would say they're stumps, but they're long stumps. Well, that makes sense. Does it? No, it doesn't. But anyway, you understand what I mean, hopefully. But yeah, I sort of like those little curved legs, and once again, that is an idea that I got from having a look at those doll chateau dolls on that website. So that's sort of where I've gotten that idea from. And the little bowl, I decided to put a little bowl down, and he's got, you know, guts and blood and all that in this little bowl, and he's got an eyeball and there's a hand, and yeah, it's just gross things that demons eat, because I would assume that if a demon's, if demons were allowed to be pets, and if they actually existed on this earth, I would like to think that their diet would consist of raw meats and just, you know, yuckiness, offal, and sort of gross stuff like that. And so yeah, I have basically dished this little demon out his food, and I have decided to pat him and touch him while he's eating, and he does not like that at all. And yeah, he's turning around to have a go at me. So in this one, I haven't included like bite marks on my hand. I just it's sort of just, you know, let your imagination run wild with this one, and just, you know, think that, you know, what's gonna happen next. He's gonna take a chunk out of me. If I don't let him go, he's gonna bite me. So that's pretty much where this story is going. This drawing all up probably took me about 5 hours to completely design and paint and everything. I've really noticed in the last 3 months or more, my illustrations are getting longer and longer. I used to be able to knock out an illustration in a couple of hours, but I don't know, it's like, I don't know if it's just because I have now settled into, you know, my style properly now, and I'm trying to overthink things, and I'm trying to rework a lot, work a lot of the colours and stuff. I do know that I don't get overly happy with the colours, and I just go back over them and go over them and go over them and layer them, and that could be what it is. I think that I am, yeah, just taking too much time to do a lot of the colours. So I've got to try and work that out. I've got to try and sort of streamline that a bit more. But that's what I have noticed in the last couple of months. Now, my colour choices with this, well, once again, I just go in and I sort of didn't really have an idea of what I was going to do, this creature. And I thought, well, what better colour to sort of do like an alien demon type colour. And I went with the monster green that I like to call this particular green. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do? The fur. And for some reason, grey just popped into my head, and I decided to do the fur grey. And then I decided to ask my partner what he thought I should do the tail and the mane. And he told me I should do like a really bright blue. So I went with a blue. And I wasn't originally going to do the ears with the blue, but I did it. And because I'm so impatient, I actually went out and bought a really cheap hairdryer. And I have found that is the absolute best thing. I don't even know why I didn't do this earlier. Yeah, because I don't own a hairdryer for my hair, because my hair is really thin. Even in winter, my hair dries in like 5-10 minutes. I don't need a hairdryer for my hair. So I basically have never really owned a hairdryer, and because I am very impatient with my watercolours, I went out and bought a hairdryer specifically for watercolours only. And I have been using it in between my pictures, because it's actually been quite cold here the last week. I will sit there while I'm drawing and blow the hairdryer on me because it's nice and warm because I don't have a heater. But yeah, we don't need a heater here where I live because it's usually pretty warm, and winters are usually not that cold, but it's actually been pretty cold the last week, so I've been quite happy with that. So this illustration is it's quite, I wouldn't say it's quite long, like I've had longer videos, but I sort of really wanted to show a lot of the process with this one, from, you know, start to finish, because I have been doing a lot of tracing lately, and I thought, well, you know, I really want to show a process from start to finish. And I didn't do any, you know, pre-sketching of this. I just sat down and wanted to do it from scratch on camera. And I've actually got a couple of them coming up in the next couple of videos where, yeah, I don't do too much tracing. Actually, I lie, I do have another video that I've got that I did do a little bit of tracing, but yeah, I like to mix it up and sit down and show you a process, like a full process of me drawing that's just not me just tracing. I'm trying, but yeah, it can be quite hard to sit down, and I feel a lot of pressure when I've got to film something on the spot, so that's why I don't do that too much anymore. But if I have a pretty confident and good idea of what I'm doing, I will just roll the camera and just get stuck into it. Yeah. I really struggled with the head shading around the lumps. Oh man, I really bashed my head up against the wall with that shading. It looks so bad. I don't know why. I don't know why I struggled so much with that, but I really did, and it's like, I'm still not 100% happy with the end result right now, but I'm not going to touch it anymore, because I noticed when I kept touching it and I kept trying to fix it, it was getting worse and getting worse and getting worse. So yeah, that's one struggle that I really had. Also, you'll notice that I have ripped my fake fingernails off in this last bit of the video because, you know, shit got real and I just wanted to tear my fingernails off. Yeah, they were sort of getting in the way a little bit of the paintbrush. I'm not a huge fan of fake nails at the best of times, but sometimes I like to slap them on, especially when I've got a few broken nails and they're really sore and I can't help myself from chewing my nails. So yeah, that's why I did do it. I had them on for about 4 days and yeah, I just tore them off because they were sort of starting to irritate me. Yeah, the bottom teeth. The bottom teeth were a bit of an issue with the angle of that, how the jaw drops down, so I tried my best with them. So yeah, the angles are a little bit weird with them. And the bowl, I really should have painted the bowl first with the, well, I didn't paint it, but I took to the bowl with silver Sharpie, but I decided to do some of the blood dripping down over the bowl first because I do notice that I have a bit of a tough time having some of the paints go over the top of this Sharpie and this other Pentel silver pen that I have. So I wanted to just lay a little bit down first, and then if I couldn't sort of get like a good wash over the top of it, didn't matter because I had some of the blood there anyway. But it wasn't too bad. The Sharpie isn't too bad for putting the paint back over it, so that wasn't too much of a drama. But my other struggle too was the fur and the tail. Not overly happy with that, and you'll see me later, I will go over everything with a fine tipped pigment micron just to try and get some more detail in there and just sort of hide a few of the mistakes that I have done. And yeah, that tail is quite crappy. I haven't really learned how to do like a nice flowy tail and hair yet, but I'm trying. I am definitely trying. And the floor looked really boring with those boards, so I decided to put some wood grain texture onto them because I wasn't really happy with that floor. Yeah, I must admit there is a few elements in this piece that I'm not happy with. It's something doesn't look right, and yeah, something's just not right about it, and I think it might be my color choice, because I feel like I'm running out of colors. Sometimes I get a little bit like, oh, I want to do different colors, but then I'm like, oh, I end up going back to certain colors, and then I try to not do so many colors from what I've done in previous drawings, and then it gets hard, and then I sort of freak out, and then it's one vicious circle. So yeah, I'm sort of struggling with colors at the moment. So yeah, it's another reason. Now, I still haven't gotten myself a Signo Angelic White pen yet. So I've just been, every time it gets to me going to town, I just forget. And I'm still using this big chunky boy pen, so yeah, I'm not real, I don't know, I'm not real comfortable with it. And the glare and the shine that I did on, you know, the head and all that, you know, it's okay, but yeah, I don't know, I feel like I don't have control with this big chunky white pen. Yeah, I'm sort of trying to find my way with it, but I'm struggling because it does leave so many chunky bits on there. So yeah, I love my white gel pen, but I just can't get a grip on this. It's just like it's trying to control me, and it's trying to put too much white on there, and I don't like it. I sort of got a little bit confused with the light sourcing too, so anyway, that is my final piece right there. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it didn't gross you out too much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!